Are you planning to travel to Singapore and don't know where to start from? Then this is the video for you.
Audio Jungle. Audio Jungle. Audio Jungle.
So as you all know, I've recently traveled to Singapore on my first international solo trip. So I have few things which I thought would be good enough to share with you guys. So first thing is visa. So as you know, for me, my current status in Malaysia is I'm working here. So in order to apply for a Singapore visa from Malaysia, I went to MP Travels, which is in Sunway Velocity. They are somebody who apply for your Singapore visa on behalf of you. It cost me about 150 ringgits. I think the processing time is about 3 to 5 days, but you can get earlier also. They will ask for your passport details, they will ask for your traveling details like your hotel and your tickets to go and come back. Usually when you get a Singapore tourist visa, it's valid for 30 days. Second is the SIM. So if you travel to Singapore from Malaysia, there are two ways for you to use the internet services. So for me, since I had a Malaysian number, I can opt for a roaming pass, which is 10 ringgits per day to give me to use the internet services. The second option is for you to buy a Singapore SIM. You can get Singapore SIM at the airport or from any convenience store as well. It costs to you about from 15 Singapore dollars to 35 Singapore dollars. So you can just pick whichever telco or the internet plan you feel is perfect for you. Third is the transport. You know, Singapore has the best transport facilities available. So if you talk about traveling within Singapore, you have trains, you have buses. Trains have very good connectivity. In order to check for trains from one location to other, you can use one of the application which is called Move It. And then in order to pay for the trains, for me, I had an international card. Singapore has an option for you to use your international card to pay for the trains. If you want, you can also opt for an Easy Link card. You can take it from any of the train station and can be used to travel in the train. Remember, you have to do a lot of walking in Singapore. There's a lot of places you can go and walk. So make sure you wear comfortable footwears. Don't make a mistake of wearing heels or uncomfortable footwears or the new footwear if you get shoe bites and all. Wear the comfortable footwear so you can explore Singapore very easily. Fourth is visiting places in Singapore. You know, there are a lot of things you can do in Singapore, starting from Universal Studio to the aquarium to Singapore Flyer and a lot of activities to do. So you might be wondering on how can I get the tickets for these places. The best and most convenient way to book tickets is via an online platform. For me, I used Klook and Plago. So these are the two places you can buy tickets to go to any of these places and do any of the activities in Singapore. But don't make a mistake like me. So what I did is I booked for Singapore Aquarium from Klook, but I didn't realize that if I book and select today, I have to visit the place today itself. So never mind, make sure you check which day you have to go and select those date tickets only. Fifth is food. So I cannot comment much on the food since you guys know I'm a vegetarian, but for sure I can share with you the places that I have been eating while I was staying in Singapore. So I had the best breakfast as Common Man Coffee Toasters. They had amazing pancakes. You should definitely try them. Then I was having Burger King burger. They have a vegetarian burger. For your information, you can have that. Then I think Subway, you can go Subway. There was Kailash Parbat, you can go. Also, if you're going Gardens by the Bay, if you check out their food court, there was a restaurant by the name of Bismillah Biryani, and then they had some good vegetarian options for me to have, so sorted. Sixth is the weather. So if I talk about the weather in Singapore, it's quite hot and humid, so make sure you wear some cotton clothes, some light clothes, and do not forget to carry an umbrella. You never know it rains and you do not want to get wet traveling around the Singapore, so you make sure you carry one umbrella. Seventh is water. So I don't know why I included this point, just to tell you guys, since I mentioned about the weather earlier, it's gonna be hot and humid and you'll be thirsty, so make sure to carry your own water bottle. Firstly, to stay safe environment, do not buy plastic bottles, and then also to save money because water can be expensive since you're traveling and living in Singapore. Last and not the least is language. So Singapore is a country where you find people from different cultures. So the mostly spoken language in Singapore is English, Tamil, Malay, and Mandarin. However, when it comes to traveling, you would not face any language barriers since a lot of expats living in Singapore. So you'll see people speaking in English and then you won't face any challenges. So that's about it. I couldn't think of any other thing to include in this video. However, since I've traveled to Singapore, if you guys have any questions, feel free to drop in the comments so I can answer and help you while you plan a trip to Singapore. See you in the next video. Bye.